Hey guys, welcome to Big Joe and Meleah's World.
Today, I am making another recipe, but believe it or not, it's not in the crock pot. Today, I'm making pumpkin bars. Welcome to Big Joe and Meleah's World.
Where we keep it hillbilly fabulous. Yee yee!
All right, y'all, pumpkin bars. This is a really simple recipe. And if you like pumpkin pie or you like anything pumpkin spice, this is going to be something that you'll really enjoy. So, as usual, I will include all the ingredients in the description of this video. But here's what you got to have. You have to have eggs, cooking oil, sugar, canned pumpkin, flour, salt, cinnamon, baking powder, and baking soda, both. Okay. All right, and of course this flour is all-purpose flour. It is not self-rising flour. Now, if you use self-rising flour, omit the baking powder, baking soda, and salt. Okay. All right. So first thing we're going to do, I'm going to take the eggs, all of them. There's 4 of them, 4 large eggs. And another key to baking success, y'all, is make sure all your ingredients are at room temperature. Even your eggs. Won't hurt them. It's fine. Even your eggs. And the cooking oil. And the pumpkin. Just gotta scrape it out with a spatula. Now this is just regular old canned pumpkin. It is not that ready pumpkin pie stuff that's already got spices and stuff in it. This is just regular canned pumpkin. All right, got all that out of there. And then we're going to put our sugar in there as well. Dump all that in there in one. Put my attachment. We're going to turn this on low. Now this takes just a minute to mix together, but you do want to start it out on low. But you can kick it up a notch after just a few seconds after it gets mixed together pretty good. Now you do want this to be light and fluffy, and I will show you what light and fluffy looks like here in just a moment. I'll turn it up just another notch. It doesn't take very long, just a couple minutes. Maybe not even a couple minutes. All right, guys. Here's what light and fluffy looks like. That is it. All right, now you're going to start taking your dry ingredients. Now, what you want to start with first is the cinnamon, okay? Go ahead and put the cinnamon in there. And when you get the cinnamon in there, you're going to give it just a quick mix, okay? Just a few seconds. All right. God, it smells good. Then you're just going to basically dump everything else in there. It doesn't have to be in any kind of order. I'm even going to put all of the flour in there. Every bit of it. And of course, start this on low, because if you don't, you will throw flour all over your kitchen, and I've done that a million times. A million times. Turn it up just a little when you see it starting to mix together. Look how good this looks. Look how good this looks. Does that look pretty?
Looks good.
All right. Now, we're going to take our spatula again, and we're going to scrape down the sides. Scrape down the sides good. God, it smells so good. It smells like pumpkin pie, oddly enough. All right, now this batter is really thick. All right, once you get your batter all mixed together, you want to get you a pan. Now what you need is a 10 by 15 jelly roll pan. If you're not sure what a jelly roll pan, this is it. It is a pan with it's really shallow and it's got really shallow sides on it. It's not a cake pan and it's not a cookie sheet. It is for making jelly rolls. This is actually the kind of pan that you make pumpkin rolls on. It is. All right, you do not grease this pan at all. Do not grease the pan with anything. And you just want to pour this directly onto the pan. Get you a spatula and scrape it out good. And it's really, really thick. And just take the back of your spatula and spread that out. Make sure you get it in the corners really well. And once you get it spread to the corners, you want to go back through the middle to make sure that it's even, okay? Because it doesn't, like, you know, when you pour cake batter in a pan, it kind of just thins itself out or evens itself out. This does not. It's pretty thick. So you want to go through it and make sure that it's pretty even. All right. Next thing you want to do, you want to drop it on your counter a couple times. You'll see little air bubbles come up, okay? So drop it a couple of times. Then, once you get that done, you see the little air bubbles pop. You can go back through there and spread over where the air was. All right, last thing. Looks good already, doesn't it? It really does.
Yes, it does.
All right, guys, you want to bake this in a 350-degree preheated oven for about 25 minutes. I'll be back. Okay, here's what the pumpkin bars look like right out of the oven. We're going to let these cool, and then we'll come back and make the frosting. All right, y'all, when your pumpkin bars are completely cool, okay, you do want to cool them on a wire rack if possible. That way they will cool up from the bottom and they won't have any condensation on the top. So we're going to make the icing. So I'm just going to sit these to the side. And what we've got to have for the icing is, first off, you've got to have a block of cream cheese. And then you also have to have a stick of unsalted butter. Remember, unsalted butter. You've got to have vanilla and you have to have powdered sugar. So this is all you got to do. Put your cream cheese, and your cream cheese and your butter need to be at room temperature, or you will have a big old mess on your hands, and you don't want to do that. You just don't. It'd be gross. Put them both in there. And I'm going to use my whisk attachment so we don't have any lumps on there. Now I'm just going to put this on low for just a second. And you do need to beat this at pretty high speed, or it's just going to stick to the beater. Okay. All right. So once you get it, ooh, it smells good already. Smells like butter. All right. Knock it all down with your spatula. Keep it in the bowl. All right. I'm going to add just a little bit of vanilla extract, about, I don't know, a teaspoon or so. Maybe a couple, don't really matter. You can't go wrong with that. And we're going to start with the powdered sugar. Now you need to go pretty slow with this because you can get too much very quick. So I'm going to start out with about a cup, okay? About a cup. And I'm just going to turn this on. And turn it on slow, turn it on low, because you will sling powdered sugar all over your kitchen. Believe me, I have done it a million times. Flour, powdered sugar, any of that stuff, I sling it. So once you get it stirred in there a little bit, you can turn it up. You smell that? It smells all vanilla-y. Alright, there's quite a bit on the sides of this bowl, but it's okay. I'm going to have a little bit more powdered sugar anyway. About a cup more. About 2 cups total, probably. You just kind of have to eyeball it. If it looks too thin, you can always add a little bit more. Now, if your icing gets too thick, what you can do to thin it out is add a little bit of milk that will thin it out just a little bit. So don't worry if you get it too thick, it will be fine. I'm going to scrape these sides down because that powdered sugar is everywhere in this bowl. So we're just going to knock it down. Knock it down. It doesn't take very long, as you can see. That'll do it. Icing is made. Cream cheese icing. Can you smell it?
Yep.
Does it smell good?
Smells good.
It does. Let's try it. Oh, Lord. It's good stuff. All right. Take your spatula and just bring it over here to your pumpkin bars. Look how smooth that looks. We're just going to spread it out over the top. Now you do have to wait till these are completely cool, because if you don't, the top of the pumpkin bars will come loose. And you will have lots of crumbs in your icing, which, you know what, it's still going to taste the same. But if you want it to be pretty, you need to wait till it's completely cool before you spread the icing out. This has actually been sitting on this counter for about 2 hours. Let me spin it around here so I can get this side. Try to keep it as even as possible, because you will get some thin spots and some thick spots. But this icing literally does make just enough to cover. So make sure that you spread it out so you don't have, like I said, thin spots or thick spots. All right, how's that look?
Looks good.
Looks beautiful. All right, you ready for the taste test?
Sure am.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Well, look here, we've got a guest taste tester today. Everybody knows Justin Collins. Everybody knows Justin. All right, you two, let's see what you think about this pumpkin bars.
Ooh. Just kidding.
Justin, what do you think?
It's good.
Good stuff.
It's really good.
What about you, honey? All right, that's it for the pumpkin bar recipe. What'd you think, honey?
It's good.
If you try this recipe, please let us know down in the comments. We do like to know how you like all our recipes. And as always, we want to thank you for allowing a little bit of Big Joe Meleah's world
Into your world.
We'll see you soon, guys.
Bye.